Hey everybody, welcome back. We're back. It's the 11th episode of the exclusively solo podcast. Now, I've been away for almost a month and a half. So, yeah, that's a thing that happened, and I guess we can start off with talking about that a little bit, right? Episode 10. I don't remember when it came out. But when it came out, I knew I was talking about how I wasn't feeling well. I was feeling a little bit sick. And before that, I had gone to the doctor, and I had also gotten tested for COVID, which I came out negative, but could have been a false negative. We'll never know. But I am pretty sure it was a negative. And I went to the doctor around the same time, told me I had strep, even though I came out negative for it. He was like, it's a false negative maybe, so just take some amoxicillin and you'll be fine. And I was fine, but then I got sick again after eating bad food from Wingstop, which then just spiraled me down into I don't even know what. And pretty much went to the hospital because I felt like I was having a heart attack, or I was about to have one. And hospital didn't help either because they kind of just rushed me out. When they finally got to me, I was a mess. I was very weak, fatigued, hadn't eaten anything all day. And I told them everything that I was feeling: pain in my arm, heart racing, chest pain, hard to breathe, feeling dizzy, pain in my head. And they were just like, oh, it's not a heart attack. They didn't test my blood. They didn't do anything other than an ETK, which is just to check to see if I have any irregular heartbeats. Here I am still keeping my damn phone on the desk, and it vibrated, so hopefully it didn't pick it up. But continuing on, they did an EKG, an EKG. I don't know why. I think I said EKT. I don't even know. I'm still fucked up. But they did an EKG on me. Didn't find anything too bad with that. Other than something that I've always known. I have an extra heartbeat every now and then. And they were just like, here's a packet of what we think is wrong with you, and we'll see you when we call you for your follow-up. I wasn't going to get a follow-up till January, and this was around late November, about to go into December. So I was at a loss, and I started to just spiral down. Because even though I came back and I was like, I think I'm fine, I wasn't. I was feeling very shitty. Couldn't stand up, walk around. Even though I was eating, I felt like I was fatigued 24/7. I just kept laying down, doing nothing, listening to podcasts or just watching YouTube while I play on my Switch. I bought the Mario 3D All-Stars collection. That happened. Bought Lego Marvel 2 because it was on sale. Because I didn't know what the hell to do. And I didn't feel like getting up and doing anything. I didn't want to get up and do the podcast and not feel like myself when I did it, right? So I told myself, let's take it slow. We'll come back to the podcast when I feel okay. At least okay. And it didn't happen. If you could fucking tell, it didn't happen. At least it didn't happen right away. There were times where I thought, I'm going to do it today, but I didn't. And so it just, I kept spiraling down. I at least started playing video games again, but then I started getting the pain in my arm. And it's progressed. It's gotten worse. Well, no, that's a lie. What I mean by worse is that it's just, I now feel it in the back of my scapula. And I also feel pain just everywhere else, my legs. Which screams to me that I might have either one or both. I could have arthritis due to my mom, or fibromyalgia due to my mom. But we won't know until I go to the doctor this weekend, or actually next week, Monday. Which I'm now with my parents now because it's a lot better living here, at least for now. And so before I came back over here, I decided, I'm not feeling good. I started feeling better, but then one day it just came crashing down again. I was feeling dizzy, couldn't walk, feeling weak. So I called, I did telemedicine because I didn't want to bother my sister or boyfriend to take me to the doctor, and I didn't want to pay $200 to see a doctor because I don't have insurance. So I dealt with paying $75. The worst thing I've ever done is telemedicine. And I only say this because, at least for the guy that I got, he didn't really pay attention to what I was saying in terms of how I was feeling physically. He pretty much just told me, what you're feeling is psychosomatic. You put on your thing that you've had a history of depression and anxiety, so it's psychosomatic. What you're feeling is not real. So take some antidepressant medicine that I'm going to prescribe you, and then go see a therapist because you need it. And then that was the breaking point for me, because, not saying that I've never been depressed or that I'm not anxious sometimes. I get it a lot. Or the more anxiety than depression, except the depression came in full sweep after this day. Because this douchebag didn't listen to me at all when I said, dude, like, I'm feeling this right now. I don't think it's psychosomatic. Yes, I've been depressed, but I don't think it's that. But he was like, nah, it's all depression. And then, of course, when I went back and looked at what his credentials was, his main focus is therapy. So it's like, well, fuck off, right? And so when he prescribed me the medicine, I just broke down, because it's like, I don't think this is going to help me physically, even though it's possible, right? When you get into a depressive state, your mind will fuck you up, because your mind is you are your own worst enemy in a lot of ways. You can do some damage to yourself more than anyone can do to you, right? So having depression can put you in a state of feeling sick. It could cause what I feel or what I'm feeling. It can do that. However, I still didn't believe that was the reason. That's why I got upset. I wasn't discounting that, he was wrong. I wasn't saying he was wrong. I wasn't saying that I wasn't depressed, because I was feeling depressed because of the way I was feeling and not having any answers, versus I'm depressed because of a situation that I'm in, or that my life is like a wreck. I wasn't feeling that. I was feeling sick. Thus, the depression came on. Thus, I wanted answers and help. But then he fucking just went on and on and on about going through, and he was just like, yeah, it's all depression. So he prescribes me the pills. I break down crying to my sister because I don't know what the hell to do. So I ended up calling my parents for advice, and then my dad's just like, why don't you just come home? I think, like, why not come home? And I was like, shit, you're right. Maybe I should come home. And, maybe stay. I don't know. I kind of feel like staying would be better. It's a little boring here, but that's it. Like, I don't hate my hometown, but I like being with my parents. Are a lot more fun than my sister. No shade towards her, but living over there in that really dingy, shitty apartment affected my health, is affecting her health too. So being here has helped me a little bit, at least with health issues like asthma and allergies. Well, the allergies are still bad because there's there's 3 girls, there's 5 cats here, 3 dogs, and 2 fucking parakeets. If my rabbit wasn't dead, there would be a rabbit. Oh, and there's fish. But they don't fucking matter. I'm not allergic to fish. So, it's a zoo in here. So, fucking allergies are up the roof with animal allergies. And now there's pollen. There's really bad tree pollen out there. So, fuck me, right? Anyways, I'm here now, and I've been on the antidepressants, and holy fuck, they fucked me up. So, if you don't know, antidepressants, they're supposed to help you feel good, help you feel a lot better, to make you anti-depressed. But, Just like how people will say college is not for everyone. Pills and things like that, like antidepressants, they're not for everyone either. Not saying that they're not for me. They have heightened my anxiety a lot. I wake up most mornings with an anxiety attack. So I think that's my biggest downfall. Also, if my parents aren't listening, shut off now. Or anybody that I know in my family, shut this off. The other downside is that I can't come. A side effect is sexual inability. And it's hard to come. It is very hard to come. It is hard to jerk off. It is hard to be happy. Anyways, those are my biggest issues. However, I had gotten the generic for Lexapro. Lexapro is an antidepressant drug. Both my father and my little sister have taken them before. I don't think they're still taking them, but it was a drug that they took before. And so they were very helpful in telling me, depending on how bad your chemical imbalances are in your brain and just your body in general, you're going to get fucked up hard. It's going to hit you like a freight train. However, they didn't tell me that when I took it for the first time. So I had taken it, and I immediately got diarrhea, which is a symptom that you're supposed to call your doctor for, but I was fine if you experience diarrhea, because it was just for like 30 minutes, and then I stopped having diarrhea because of the pill. But after that, the best way I can explain what an antidepressant does to you, at least on the first time you're using it, you start to just feel all your emotions. Anger, sadness, happiness, everything. Kind of like a toilet flush thing, and it's going that in your head, but like all day for the first day and the second day and until you get used to it, or until that just wears off and the pill starts to work. I was in a crisis for 5 days because I just kept feeling that in my head, and I didn't know what to do. I was sitting there in the living room with my mom, trying to just be with people, trying to get out of my own head, but I couldn't. That's probably the hardest part of it all, is getting out of your head when you take this kind of shit, and just dealing with getting out of your head in general when you're having depression, anxiety, when you're in a panic attack, all these things. Getting the fuck out of your head is like step number fucking one. If you can't get out of your own head, boy oh boy, are you kind of fucked. Not in like, oh, like give up, but you're kind of fucked in. It's gonna be hard. And it was a hard 5 days, because for 5 days in a row I was having a panic attack every day where I can't breathe. I don't think I'm dying. I think I have cancer in my body. It's still possible that I might have cancer. We don't know yet. I'm just saying, it feels like it. Massive headaches all around my head, back, front, side view, sides, brow, sinus trouble, sinus pain, abdomen pain. Abdomen pain is probably something else, but just pain in general, feeling your whole body, being aware of every little thing, being aware that your brain is probably, like, if you can honestly feel like your brain is pumping, you can feel all the neurons firing up in your brain. That's what it feels like for the first couple of days, depending on how fucked you are with your chemical imbalances. And then the heightened anxiety comes in, and that fucks you up if you already have anxiety and you haven't been treating it. Boom, fucks you up entirely. So when my dad says that it should kick in about a week, and by kick in is that the side effects should stop and you should start getting used to it. But the doctor who prescribed him said it would take 2 weeks. It took about almost 2.5 weeks for it to finally just stop bothering me as much. I still get the occasional, I can feel my brain working, or I can just feel my emotions like firing up and changing, which is a weird thing to say. That's the best way as I can describe it, but that's pretty much how it feels. And so, yeah, like that's what I've been through for the past month and a half. I've been almost in my own rehab, if you would like to call it that. It's so weird just to be going through this, and I don't know, like I've been through depression before. I've had really bad lapses in life, you know. This is the worst one so far. And I say so far because shit could get worse. And it might. And that's fine. Because we can all go on and laugh about it later. But right now, I'm laughing about it a little bit. It's a little funny when I think about it back a little bit. But you know, I'm just happy that I'm gonna see a doctor soon, so I can tell him everything that I'm feeling, and hopefully that can get some answers, or at least get checked out a little bit more, because it's ridiculous just not being, like, part of it might be because of the pandemic. There's a lot more important stuff like the pandemic, the virus going around. That's more important than other health care and helping other people that could be dying of other things, but or could be infected with other things other than COVID, right? But hopefully I can get some answers here. Again, I feel like I'm gonna stay here because just feel a lot better. I have more friends over here, and by more friends, I have 2 that still live here in my hometown, but it's more than back up there where I was. Even though I have people that I know there, it's whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, that's where I've been, and hopefully don't have to go back down that road again, and hopefully continue the podcast a lot more frequently again. The internet here is a little shittier, which sucks. That's probably the biggest downfall of being back here, is the internet is crap. But I should be getting a better antenna for my Wi-Fi. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. If not, I need to figure out how to set up my stupid repeater that I bought that was helping me back the other place. And hopefully that, I just got to figure out how to get it set up, because for some reason my parents' router will not take it. So we got to figure that out. Blue's Clues. Anyways, yep, that's where I've been. And so, you know, if this has been like a mental health segment by me, Maddie, CK, Matt. I'm retarded, but you know, mental health, it's not a fun thing to go through, you know, like the bad side of mental health. Good mental health is good. The best advice I can offer you is that if you're feeling anything, whether you're feeling down or you feel like something's wrong within your head, or even if you feel like you're sick or something's wrong with your body, talk to someone. It could be, doesn't have to be a therapist. Maybe talk to a really good friend of yours, your parents, brothers, sisters, siblings, anybody, and then maybe a therapist if you can't talk to anyone. You don't even have to go to a therapist and get medicine. You don't have to. Just talk to someone, because that was my biggest thing, is that I don't talk to a lot of people because I have social anxiety, and you know, I also don't like to burden people with my presence, but also I don't like to burden people with my issues, and I don't want to worry people like my parents or my family or my friends, so I don't usually talk about certain things like that. But this is me telling you that it's okay to do it. And if you don't feel comfortable, there are people out there who are specified to do that sort of thing, to listen to you and help you get through whatever turmoil, trauma, what have you. They're there to help you get any help that you need. Don't have to get pills. You can just talk to someone if that's something that you're scared of. Because I was scared of the pill thing. You know, like I don't want to go to a therapist and they go, okay, you're going to take about 5 or 6 different medications for the rest of your life. Like I didn't want to, the thought of that's still like, fuck. Like I'm already taking one and it's doing fine. Like I'm doing fine. If anything, I need an anxiety pill also, or weed. I need weed. Did you hear that Texas is trying to get marijuana legalized again? Like they're trying again to do it? Come on. Just do it. Medicinal, at least. Medicinal, so that way I can get a nice weed card. Anyways, if you need help, go get help. This is not sponsored by anything for mental health. I'm just saying, having been through it for different years at a time, and then getting down that fucking shadow realm of just horrible thoughts of everything, from me to you, talk to someone, get some help. And definitely it's worth it. It's worth it just to even just talk to a friend about something that you're feeling. Don't bottle your emotions like me, because it's just going to fuck you up even more. And that has been the mental health segment of the Exclusively Solo podcast. Now we're going to move over to talking about, I don't know what to talk about. The webcam thing is there. I didn't mention that, but it's there, and I'm looking at it. It's got a ring light on it. It's the Razer Kio. It's okay. It's good. For $99, I think I got it for like $80. For $99 actually. I had the $10 off, 10% off coupon. Pushed it down to like $89, and then it was just like, oh, you pay $99 plus shipping. So I think I paid like $100 something. But it's good. I'm gonna stream with it, and also probably do the podcast as well with it. I kind of have to. So for those of you listening on Spotify or Anchor, Breaker, any other of those, any of your favorite podcasting apps or websites, you can go to youtube.com/MattyCK, and you can watch me, and you can see my face, and you can see my curly-headed Jew hair. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We're back to this, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to me rambling about God knows what the fuck I'm rambling about. This might just end up being a short episode, by the way, because I'm getting hungry, and in about 20 minutes, I have to take my medicine. Baby's got to take medicine. I got to take my that was disgusting. I'm sorry. I got to take my meds. And I'm fucking hungry. Holy shit. And I don't know what to eat because I don't have any breakfast. I can cook breakfast, but I don't know. I love cooking, but when I'm hungry, I fucking hate it because then it's like I rush and then I fuck it up. You ever fuck up cooking so bad where you kind of just, you still eat it to punish yourself? I do that a lot. I punish myself with food that I just fuck up. Like, I tried, I'm going to move this just a little bit. It's whatever. Like, I tried, also, I think my shirt's still wet from taking a shower. If you've noticed that, I'm not sweating. I took a shower. And I thought, fuck it, we're just going to jump right into it. Because if I don't, I'm just going to be lazy all day again. So, yeah. Just trying to clarify, I'm not sweaty. I'm a little bit sweaty. But that has nothing to do with... I have a glandular problem. But what am I talking about? Oh, yeah, punishing yourself with food. It sounds really erotic in a way. And disgusting. So let's just forget about it for a second. But, like I tried cooking potato and egg. And I forgot what else I put in it. So usually when I do potato and egg, I hate cooking with regular potatoes because it takes a bit. So to make it faster, I'll use hash browns. I'll cook the hash browns in a pan, chop it up, and then I'll use those and put it in the egg, and it tastes pretty good because it's still potato. It's just hash browns. And I like that. It's good. However, I was like, you know what? We're going to do traditional. I'm going to cook some tortillas. Yeah, that's right. I said it like that. Tortillas. And we're going to actually use potatoes. And I wanted it to be a little bit more healthier, so I left the skin on it. And I'm retarded because I don't remember how to cook certain things correctly. So, of course, I had to go online and look how to cook potatoes. And I found a recipe for potato and egg. So I was like, I'll just follow this one, right? And I fucked it up. And it tasted awful. Burnt the eggs. I think I burnt the potatoes. And I just had to, and I cooked the tortillas right. The tortillas. I cooked the tortillas right. I cooked the tortillas right. But what I put inside was just god awful. And so I just sat there with the fucking most just fuck. Like I sat there like that. For those listening, I mimed eating a really disappointing taquito filled with egg and potato. That's what I did. And and it was depressing. But like a couple days later I made it better and it was okay. But yeah, you kind of force yourself to, because I didn't want to throw it out. I spent like a long time cooking that. A long time, maybe like 30 minutes, 20 to 25 to 30 minutes, maybe. And I was just like, fuck. Fine, I'll eat it. Like, I'll just eat it. And then my stomach was like, why the fuck did you do that? And I was like, I'm sorry? Like, do you want me to give you like a fucking an apology card? I don't know. I'm running out of steam. What time is it? Okay, I gotta wrap this up. Unfortunately, this is like the shortest episode, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be the shortest episode, and it's the first one back. But hey, I'm back. There's going to be more episodes again every week. Again, I don't know when they're gonna come out. I think I'm just gonna put them out when I feel like it. But at least we're gonna try the once a week again. We're gonna try it. If it's not, sorry, things happen. But I'm gonna probably come back with an update on my health if you guys give a fuck. But other than that, it's kind of just this is me getting back in the groove, getting into it, and then I have the webcam now, so you can now see me on youtube.com/MattyCK, where I post the podcast and video game footage. That sounds really gay and really stupid, but hey, I still like doing it. I gotta get back into that too as well. Again, the internet here sucks, so that will probably take a bit. The streaming thing is probably gonna suck too, so we're gonna try that when I get the new antenna, which also comes in on Monday, hopefully. Oh, and the other thing that I can talk about real quick is since I'm not seeing a therapist right now because of money, I've got my own therapy, and that's building Legos. Yeah, that's right. I've been buying Lego sets, not big ones. Well, I'm gonna buy a big one this weekend, but I've been buying Legos, and it's been helping, even though it makes my anxiety go up weirdly. Like I've realized. I don't know why, but I'll just be sitting there and I'm just like, I don't feel so good doing this. Maybe it's because I'm spending a lot of money on them because they're not cheap at all. But hey, I built a TIE fighter yesterday. It's all going to be Star Wars Legos, by the way. I'm not really interested in other things because, I don't know, they're boring to me. Not boring, but they don't look good. I like building the starships. I like building all that other stuff. So, probably next episode, show my Legos off. Like a fucking dork? Like a nerd? Like a fucking nerd, bro? Are you a fucking nerd? You a fucking dork, bro? You like your fucking Legos, bro? What are you, 5? What are you, 5 years old? Bruh. Yes, I am. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Hope I didn't bore you with the whole mental health medical stuff. But it's good to be back. I hope you didn't hear that dog bark. But it's good to be back. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for your patience if you've been waiting. Sorry I've been gone for a long time. Let's see if we can pick the steam back up. But hey, now that I'm back, you can find the podcast on all your favorite podcasting websites and apps like Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Radiocast. I always forget the fucking name of that one. And Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere you can find it. And you can also find it on YouTube, again, at youtube.com/MattyCK. You can also find the podcast. Actually, no, it's out of brain flub. I need to drink some water, too. You can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MattyCK where I do video game stuff. And maybe one day, maybe I'll just do a live podcast if you people want to see that. Let me know. You can also follow me on Instagram at exclusivelysolopodcast. And you can also follow me on Twitter. I got to remember the name. It's Seriously ESP, ESP in all caps. That is the Twitter that we have, Seriously ESP. Because somebody took fucking Exclusively Solo. I couldn't use it. So that was me speaking with no water. And so I had to cough. Also, I have 2 minutes. All right. So you can find me all over there. Again, thank you guys so much for sticking around. If you're still there. If you're not there, come back. I'm sorry I left you. Daddy is sorry, kitten. All right, that's it. We're done. Bye.